We are tracking storms across the East Coast right now, threatening flood hazards as well as strong wind speeds, and we've even got a little bit of hail out of this as well. Earlier we saw several tornado warnings, but I first want to get a look at the severe thunderstorm watch that stretches anywhere from New York all the way south of Washington, D.C. It's highlighted here in pink. And it goes until 8 o'clock this evening. That's on Eastern time, so if you usually watch us on Central time, you do the math there. We've got several severe thunderstorm warnings going on right now. This first one just outside of Philadelphia, we've got a 60-mile-per-hour wind speed that it's warned for, but I don't think that we're getting actually 60-mile-per-hour winds out of this storm. Let's zoom down into this storm right here. Okay, we officially have heavy rain going into Philadelphia right now. A brand new update, they have canceled or let this severe thunderstorm warning expire. Now we have our expert meteorologists in studio with us today. Xander Tietz is one of our mapping meteorologists. So actually, Xander, I want to bring in your expertise here. They let this severe thunderstorm warning expire. It looks like maybe they have a brand new one popping up here. Give us maybe a potential reasoning for this. Are we actually seeing 60-mile-per-hour wind speeds here?
In my opinion, Taylor, no. I'd say these wind speeds are probably more around, say, 40 to 45 miles per hour. Certainly strong wind gusts, but nothing that's too severe or going to cause too much threat to anything. What's likely happened here is they were observing this storm earlier on in Philadelphia. They had this report of quarter-inch sized hail pop in south of the city. And that probably keyed them into the fact that, okay, we're not really seeing too much potential for severe hail with this storm. You can kind of see that here with some of our variables. Down here in the bottom left, we have our correlation coefficient. It's showing that most of our particles in this area are about the same size. It's kind of what you can tell from the violet colors. So mostly, some isolated small hail in there. Wind speeds are nothing too impressive. So it's very likely they just let this warning expire as they were watching the radar.
And I can see that actually from some of our cameras as well. Actually, I want to bring you back to Philadelphia and I want to show you a camera that's sitting at the Franklin Institute right now. You can see that our visibility has drastically reduced from this camera. We also have heavy rain coming down. Traffic has slowed quite a bit. And John, is that a camera that we are able to pull up right now? Okay, perfect. So there's your camera. You can see that traffic has absolutely slowed quite a bit here. We can see the rain blowing across the camera right now, and you can see the visibility has dropped drastically. We could see all of these buildings very, very clear just a few minutes ago, but that is not the case anymore. So heavy rain, as Xander said, what we know from correlation coefficient is if we have all of those particles about the same size, then we don't have any hail really mixing in here. All of those particles are the same size. What are they? They're raindrops, and we can see that happening right now. Now I want to go back to Xander and I want to get a look at the radar once again. And Xander, tell us about, we talked about the wind speeds earlier. Tell us once again about the wind speeds in this area. As people get out the door right now, maybe they're headed home for like an early commute. What are we talking about here? Anything to be concerned about?
Oh, absolutely. Anytime you're having strong wind gusts, there's always some kind of threat of problems. Specifically, if you're driving on the road and you're in one of these big rain downpours, any kind of strong wind gust can absolutely reduce visibility as you're driving along roadways. Anytime you have 40 to 45 mile gusts, anything like that, you can still have some debris get blown around. So there's certainly potential for problems in pockets here, south side, New Jersey. This one currently over Philadelphia and moving out of the city. Those definitely have the potential to reduce visibility and create problems on people's commutes home today.
Okay, now John, I want to go back now to pulling up my radar. So can you pull back up my radar here? And perfect. Okay, and will you make that a little bit bigger on the screen? Perfect. Okay, so what I want to show you now, and thank you, Xander, for that update. We really appreciate your expertise. Now, Xander obviously has a better radar than what I do right here, but I can tell you different information about these severe thunderstorm warnings. And what I want to do right now is I want to go back up to New York, and I want to talk about this severe thunderstorm warning in New York. It's for 1-inch size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind speeds. And John, if you can pop the key up as well. we can show you exactly what we're watching for here. Now, this severe thunderstorm warning goes until 3:15 this afternoon, so we've got another 25 minutes left on this warning. You can see it highlighted here in yellow. So it goes for the coastal areas just on the south side of New York City. And again, 1-inch size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind speeds is what we're seeing right here. And coming in just in time, CLJ Roofing and Construction are asking, what are the areas of greatest risk? So if we're talking about the Northeast, actually a conversation that Xander and I had just before we hopped on air here is that this storm looked probably one of the most impressive out of all of them. And we were talking about that hail risk, and we could see some small hail in here. So I want to bring Xander back in, and here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back and forth. We're going to do this popcorn between you guys looking at my radar and you looking at Xander's radar as well, because we want to give you some behind the scenes of what our meteorologists are looking at. You see our hail maps, you see our wind maps all the time. How are those getting created? It's exactly what you see on Xander's screen right here. So we've now popped up to New York, and Xander's going to give us an idea of, are we seeing any hail in New York? Pretty rare, but is that what we're seeing here?
We are seeing a little hail, Taylor, yes. Definitely some subsevere stuff, but unlike the storm that was south of Philadelphia, this one's a little bit more impressive, as you were saying. What I'm kind of looking at as I'm watching the storm is I'm looking for this main core here, where these reflectivity values in the upper left corner show me that, okay, some of our hydrometeors up in the air are a little bit larger. And then I'm comparing that to this bottom left panel, which is our correlation coefficient. Seeing these yellows and greens popping down here is telling me that, okay, I'm definitely seeing some different sizes of particles, which tells me that there's some hail mixed in. And in this particular case, I will also compare to the ZDR in the top right-hand corner, which is showing that it's mostly raindrops based on how flat objects are looking. That's what the reds show you, is like the shape of the particle. So I'm expecting there to be a lot of subsevere hail here, probably pretty concentrated, and it's all coming down past this Woodbridge area as the storm moves through the city area.
Yeah, so mostly raindrops, but a little bit of hail for everyone out there. Now, I'm going to take you back down. So we're going to go back down to the south here, and we're going to go back down into actually Washington, D.C. So we have covered Philadelphia. We've covered New York City, and now we are covering Washington, D.C. And what you can see here, there's Washington, D.C. now. Just to the north and east, what we've got is another severe thunderstorm warning, again, impacting a good portion of the community here. We've got about 200,000 people included in this severe thunderstorm warning. The hail, not as impressive as what we saw up in New York. What we're seeing here is 60-mile-per-hour wind speeds for Bowie, Greenbelt, and Vansville. But what we also have here, and as I zoom out on the radar, I have my radar just off the camera over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom out, and you guys are going to see how scattered these showers and storms are. So I'll give you an example. Let's just do Washington, D.C. as an example. While we have a storm highlighted there in that severe thunderstorm warning box right here, we have more rain forming back to the west. And then even farther back to the west, we have more isolated showers and storms. So what we're going to see here is we're not only going to see this rain that is coming down right now, and it's moving slowly, I might add. It's moving slow, which means all of that rain is going to come down for a long period of time, start accumulating on the roadways, and that's going to increase the flood issue in this area. I want to show you our flood outlook for today. So excessive rainfall outlook is what our meteorologists call this. And you can see highlighted here in red our most interesting area, or most at-risk area, is where we have all of those storms right now. We have those storms anywhere from DC all the way up to New York. It's a level 3 flood risk, anywhere from now all the way into the late night hours. How much rain are we talking about here? We're talking about 1 to 3 inches of rain, with isolated up to 7 inches of rain. That's a lot in just a 24-hour period, actually probably less than that. Now, I think we're going to hop off of here right now. Xander, is there anything else that we should be concerned about that we haven't talked about yet?
At the moment, I think we've covered everything that's going on across the East Coast right now. So yeah, that should be all that we've covered.
And we appreciate your expertise. Thanks for being here today, Xander. It's full team coverage back here. You guys can't see it, but it's not just myself. We've got John producing. We've got Alexa looking at different cameras across the city to verify the ground truth that Xander is seeing on the radar. And in addition to that, we even have more meteorologists in the room next to us that are always watching these storms and mapping them in near real time. All right, thanks for joining us today. Of course, we'll keep you updated on all of our social media channels. So follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn. That's where we go live, but we're also on Instagram and TikTok.